created every deck.
Yeah, honestly, we pretty much have, right?
There's a Triskit deck that topped. Did you see that?
Hey, Triskit beat the world champion. It is a competitive deck.
When someone told me my ascent or higher win ratio was 80%, I was like, am I a cheater? You know, like.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Team True podcast, a Grand Archive TCG podcast. I'm your host, Isaac. Joining with me is Caben and Terry. This way I can just do a wide shot and put the names at the bottom.
What episode are we on?
We're on episode 99.
Wow.
One before the magical 100, or the one right before it. That's going to be the title of the podcast, the one before. before it all.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. We're almost at 100, which is the big Q&A podcast where we eat spicy things.
Yep. If you're seeing this, most likely your question, if you're going to put it into the Q&A, will not be read right now because we're going to hand those off to our readers for the the podcast, which will be our spouses.
Very qualified.
And
to ask us questions.
The setup will be, I'm not doing anything crazy with the setup.
They can still ask questions though, right? Like that'll before we record.
Well, they can. I just don't know if they'll get read.
Okay.
Because we already have so many.
There's so many in there.
We're not going to make it through.
And then this goes up on Wednesday. We're recording Thursday.
If you have a really, really good question,
it might sneak its way.
Yeah. So comment below.
Maybe Patreon champion and YouTube members might get a chance because they'll see this first. You guys are the best.
Yeah, we're excited to do that. We're looking forward to it. We got everything we need. We got the vegan wings. We got the vegan ice cream. We got some vegan milk.
Yeah, we're going hard.
And all the hot sauces. Oh, our buddy Crothus gave us some test hot sauces. Do you have those?
Yeah, they're good.
I tried.
They're good. Oh,
yeah,
dude, did you bring them?
No, I didn't think.
Yeah, you don't get to try them.
Honestly, I'm already halfway through one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
That one's
I need to try it.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not like crazy spicy.
No,
they're
not
just
spicy.
really good hot sauces.
Yeah.
Okay. So if our challenge is like that, it'll be a piece of cake. I have a feeling it won't be.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we won't talk too much about that. I know we talked about that a lot last week. TLDR,
we don't next week.
We don't quit. That's all you need to know.
TLDR, we don't quit. Looking forward to it. We'll have probably just a table set up, and then we're gonna have. I think did I say this last week that we're gonna have someone on a podium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we already went through all this.
You forgot the word podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't the word podium that I was looking for. Lectern. That's the one.
I like how I knew it now, but not last week.
Yeah. With just some regionals, some store champs happening this weekend. Some pretty big store champs.
There was quite a bit of those 40 to 60 man events.
Yep, we're seeing the same list top those events that we've seen top pretty much every single event.
Yeah.
And it's not the same list that wins every single time.
No.
But top 8 to top 16, you always see Firecrux Lorraine.
Yeah, I mean
Firecrux Merlin.
Yeah, we talked there's literally you could play Guoja, fire aggro, wind mid range, water control, self mill. You have all of those. You also have been seeing fractals top. We've been seeing wind wake up top. We've been seeing water boots top. We've been seeing every list that we've talked about is still up there. Yeah. You're seeing FISA lists top.
Yeah.
Suited. There was just a suited that I don't know if they won the event, but they were right at the top.
Tony placed second or third.
Yeah. I think there was a Fire Lorraine too that did really well.
There's also a Fire Tristan.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. See, you can literally play anything right now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we were getting at a little bit last week is these events, even the week before when there was events that had top 16, big events, right? 100 plus players, you're still seeing 12 unique lists in a top 16.
Yeah.
And so that's wild. That is the most diverse we have ever had. And people are, I think, I don't know what the consensus is for everyone on what they think about this meta. I think people always complain, no matter what.
Yeah.
So now that we are in this completely ridiculously open meta, I think maybe more of the pro players are a little more this is hard because what do you actually play? Because it is I think the perfect example of this is something that Isaac keeps bringing up. And it's that fractals either wins an event, 2-3 lists in top 8, absolutely spike it, or they all go 0-3, 0-4.
Yeah.
And it's just the events where no one is prepared for it.
Yeah.
There's no wind decks that are maining any Fantasia. There's no, there's no safeguard amulets anywhere to be seen. And even Lorraine lists that are like siding Clarent, maybe,
Yeah.
you know, or just completely not playing it. You know, maybe it's all Merlin Crux lists at that event and no Crux Lorraine, so you're not seeing it at all. And I know most Merlin lists are completely just not playing Safeguard, which is crazy to me. But I have mad respect for fractals. So
did you see the it's Fire Merlin, but when Guoja start for Byakko?
Oh yeah.
So you can suppress your own like DG.
It's the turbo DG.
Yeah.
It's the turn 2 Merlin 3. It's pretty cool.
I saw it, and the thing that made me think of was like, oh, you could also do Looking Glass. That way you can put back either the Fate Stone or Looking Glass with Pendragon. So you actually get 2 things you can hit off of going to level 3.
That was better than Diana. It guarantees it.
Technically, yeah, you don't have to pay. Yeah, you guarantee to get it out. Yeah, I was thinking for Diana, if you want to go level 1, so because you can pay the 3 and go Framework Sidearm, bring it out, and just run a second gun in your deck. Then you go to 3, but it doesn't matter. Because you pay the 3, then you put it back, and you bring it back out. My bad. Yeah. But if they fracturize it or blow it up,
yeah. So I'd rather use 2 things that have spells.
Yeah, exactly.
That are guaranteed to get hit.
Yeah.
So and plus you get the chance where you high roll turn 2 Merlin 3.
Yeah.
And that's nuts.
Yeah.
So like getting to high roll that, and in a world because you don't use any of your floating, or if your opponent has any floating, usually when you do this turbo, you're not getting to eat anything.
No.
Unless you're on like Hasty Messenger start, maybe.
You can do it going first or
going first. Going first if you go creative shot.
Just net even.
You net even, and then
7.
you go to your turn, you draw 1 to 8, you play the dungeon guide.
Oh, you have to +1.
You have to
get to 8 cards.
You have to get to 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You creative shock into a float.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like you play liminal guide. You discard liminal guide with one of the guys, and then you just go up to 8 cards, even though or whatever. So whatever it may be, whatever that ends up being, you get to 8 cards. So if you go second, you can do it no matter what, basically. But if you go first, you can do it if you creative shock or +1 with a liminal, and then you get to slam down DG and then use your fate.
It's kind of cool doing it going. I guess in any case, not just turboing straight to level 3, like doing it. Play DG, go to level 2, then pass your turn. See if your opponent discards something, and then
float up.
I think I don't know 100%. I have to look.
Because you're in Merlin, so you have to do it in response.
You have to do it in response to your DG.
Sure.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I think it's class.
No, it is. It is. 100% is.
Yeah. So that's the like.
Okay.
So the funny thing is like if you don't, it is a free thing. So like you can play like GCR or QSG in this deck, and you have a Looking Glass.
Yeah.
And you don't have to play all the Looking Glass stuff.
Well, so, I mean, it's the same as like getting a free sword from Lorraine level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't, you know what I mean?
It's a free sword, but you turbo. A free sword that allows you to turn 2 Merlin 3 against aggro and stuff. Yeah. So like you just win.
Yeah.
If you play against an aggro deck and you go, okay, I'm level 3 Merlin on turn 2, and they're like, oh, and then you just go Ghost next turn, and you're off to the races. You know, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really memey. So like, it's cool. It's been something that has been like played multiple times, and it's like, you know, it's cool. I remember when Zach played it like beginning of the format with his Merlin deck at locals, and I was just like,
we could do it in Tristan as well. Go to level 3 Tristan,
dude. That's so good with no cards in hand.
Oh no, we do mill them, take their 4, so we get 4 cards when we get to level 3.
Oh my gosh!
And you go to the bad Tristan level 2.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You go to bad Tristan level 2.
Yeah.
You have to.
Oh yeah, you have to.
It sounds terrible.
And then you get 4 cards from them, and you just gotta hope they're decent.
What else could we go into?
But you're not going Shadow Strike win con.
That's it, isn't
you
it?
Could just play Zephyr.
Why?
That's boring.
To do your DGs?
No. You have to draw Zephyr. And you have to draw Zephyr.
Oh, we're not going wind.
No. This is fire.
Oh.
Or water.
Not water.
Water,
you can't +1.
Yeah, you can. It's Cake Fracturize.
Great. We Cake Fracturize turn 1. In our Merlin deck. Ooh, this
No, Tristan deck.
Oh, our Tristan. This is our Tristan deck, my bad. Oh, yeah. I'm okay with it in Tristan because this deck already sucks. So we might as well just make it even worse.
Yeah.
This is full mill also. We play Avalon because we do this, and then we play
we're on Regals.
Yeah. All Regals. We play all the Assassin Mill stuff. Why not?
Actually, Regals with Shadow Reaper's funny because you already get 4 cards down there as well.
We're speeding. Speed Racer.
Yeah, Speed Racer.
You have to go water then, yeah, because you get the water assassin cards,
Yep.
like delusional vapor and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's a really good idea, Kevin.
Yeah, that's
I like
great,
that.
dude. That's an original idea. Thank you for adding to the podcast.
Oh man, I think I blanked out halfway between you guys speaking because I was like, this is all just so ridiculous. And then I came back in. And,
We're talking about the new meta.
But once we also go next at PTM, we could go new level 3 Merlin, going old level 2 Merlin into new level 3 Merlin.
So level 1 Guoja.
Guoja into the old
old 2.
Yep. Memory Thief.
Mage, yep.
Mage into Assassin.
Yeah.
Tamer, Mage, Assassin.
Perfect. And hopefully there's not some weird restriction to that somehow.
Oh,
The
for
new
level
Merlin.
3.
Like maybe they'll make it like only can level from the other Merlin or something like that.
If
It might be too
blank
broken. I
name
don't know.
is in your lineage,
Yeah. Because what if there's like just some broken thing? I mean, there probably will be. It's Merlin. If there's anything that's broken, it's Merlin, right? Well, we know like Merkblade's gone, right? Like there's just no world where that can be a card anymore, or that card can be in a deck anymore. Especially once we get Ghost of Pendragons and an Assassin class bonus. So we just play cards that like defend ourselves, or we just play Sadi and we get prep counters for free, and then we get to go to 3.
Sadi's insane.
And then we just get to we get the bonus on Sadi in Merlin.
Yeah.
So we're just like, that seems fine.
Agility
Hold
3.
Yeah, dude. We just
Like Ghost of Pendragon, put 2 cards down, do that. Sadi, kill something, pick those cards back up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
yeah.
that's
Doesn't that
gross.
sound fun? Yeah, that sounds very
So
fun.
gross.
Crux is fine. Crux is fine.
Is Votive Runeblade Warrior class bonus? Curiosity.
Yes, I think I'll pull it up.
I know it has to hit. It has to
I
get
don't
rid of
know if there's any class bonus on that
There
card.
might not be. It
I
might
know-
just be Crux.
I think it has to get rid of a sword specifically.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious.
but that's not that hard to do. Class bonus.
Oh, it is.
But let me make sure that this is a only warrior. It is. Thank goodness. You may sacrifice another sword regalia. If you do, wake up the attacker, and it is class bonus.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to have to read like class bonuses on Crux cards now, because beforehand it's always just been fine,
Yeah.
whether you go Lorraine or Merlin.
Other than Majestic
yo, you could
or
play.
Incarnate Majesty.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh,
This is for you.
sure. Yeah.
What is the other intangible Geist?
Yeah. What about it? Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so they don't ban Merkblade, and everyone starts playing Regalia Hate
Yeah.
to blow it up, so we can't do our Merlin things, and we just go, intangible Geist,
Yeah,
put it
bring
back,
it, and then
and then
do
bring it out, and then
Yeah.
then we're playing Phantom Monarch Merlin.
Yeah.
That's the name of the deck.
Phantom Arc. It's just the name of
Is
the set.
anybody there? Sorry.
It's no, yeah, because we had Dawn of Ashes Allen, which worked out really
Yeah,
well.
that was a great tier 1 deck.
Everyone played it.
Yeah. Fractured Crown, Mordred,
Triskit.
because Erendite was created.
Dude, have you seen? There's a Triskit deck that topped. Did you see that? It's like a 1 of Triskit
That's crazy.
Also, it's a Triskit deck because it has a 1 of.
and played 2 Excal. It was Guoja.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so at some point, I don't know why, it would go Triskit level 1 or Triskit. It didn't play any of the, like, it didn't play fire or water cards. I think it was in winds. And yeah, it went into had Triskit and had Excal just to turn off, because it's, Excal is insane. If you have warrior class bonus, it says they can't play 2 elements. You name fire and Crux.
Right, and Water Gembu already wants to run it because they can play the Excal off the level 3 and blow up like a Fracturized Lantern or something.
Yeah. Or they're I can't remember if it was water or wind, Siryu
okay.
or
It
not.
was water.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah. It was wind,
It was when?
because they were also doing buff counters onto Triskit. I think.
Does that stay?
Yes.
yes, they do.
Do
You have to do it.
ally links stay?
I don't know.
If buffs stay, does she get banished and come back?
No.
She just moves over?
She takes over you banish your champion lineage and she becomes your new champion.
Okay, I got a really cool idea.
Okay.
That's the thing. If this works. This probably doesn't work. Maybe one of the devs can confirm.
Real quick, it was really funny that that list topped because someone was just talking to me in Discord
Yeah.
about a similar list.
Yeah.
Like doing Triskit, and literally a list topped with it. Or it did not win,
Mhm.
but it went. I don't know. I can't remember how big the event was, but I'm pretty sure it was 5 rounds. So like,
Ooh, okay.
it did something.
So we QSG.
Yeah.
Right? We play QSG. We put Beast Soul Visage. We're like a water deck or a wind deck.
We're a beast champion. Does
Hear me
it
out, bro.
Does it work?
I don't know.
Because you're no longer I don't know if you're. It's no longer an ally.
That's the thing that
I'm pretty sure.
So does it disappear or not?
I'm pretty sure it loses the
its link.
ally,
Well, that's no fun. Well, this is the world where it doesn't. All right.
but links to it, and then it no longer becomes it. If it lost its typing, I don't know.
It's hard out here, dude. That's what I'm saying. We're creating the next decks.
Judge. If you know this ruling, does ally link if the card that's linked to no longer becomes an ally? If it loses ally typing.
First podcast judge call.
Yeah. Someone answer that in the comments.
Yeah, but we're not a fire deck. We get to play Beast Soul Visage, right? And turn her into a beast.
Oh, I see you in the late game.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know why that's good, but there's got to be a reason why we'd want a beast. What would be good? Is there some cards that are good with beasts?
I think all of them say ally on them. Like
ally? Well, what if we keep her an ally? That's a big beast.
Yeah. Some people just do
I
that
got it.
as a beater.
We're a wind deck.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you hear me out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're a wind deck. We get the 3. We
Yeah.
play Triskit.
Yeah.
It's Guosha.
Yeah.
We play Triskit. Boom. We pop our QSG. We bring out Beast Soul Visage.
Okay.
Now she's a beast, right?
Mhm.
We follow
Yep.
everybody on this.
I'm so ready.
Beast with 4 attack.
We're a beast.
4/12
It's a 4/12.
that turned on water, wind, and fire for
We
you.
play Fugue. Swing for 12 with our Triskit because it's a beast now.
Yeah.
This is
Done.
so bad.
This is
That's unreal how bad that
no,
is.
that's so good. I don't know what you guys are talking about. They think that they have to stop our Genbu.
And earlier on,
Not today.
we played drafts of stamina, and so then we can just wake her up.
Yeah. Double.
And actually in this entire time,
Stamina's actually sick.
and this entire time we were in Norm, and then we went to and we played Triskit.
Oh, dude, then we
and unlocked all.
Why don't we just play Second Wind?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we can.
Yeah, I mean, we won't get the. Wait, we will get. No, we won't.
No, we
We're
won't.
not a warrior. Triskit isn't our. What if we play 2 Triskits?
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh!
Well, we play one, become our champion, then play a second one just on board.
Yes. I'm in on this.
Turbo Triskit.
We're winning locals with this deck. This is happening.
We all 3 of us take it to locals. One of us has to win.
I don't know.
We get to play. Yeah, this deck's gonna be tough.
we all pair into each other.
Oh no.
No, because the whole thing that you're gonna do
How do we win? Just Fugue. We just Fugue them
for 12.
twice.
I mean, we can do what was it Lee at NA Nats 2024?
Oh yeah, Triskit into
Rending?
Rending.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a lot of fire cards. We could do that. What if we do Firebase?
What?
And we play Rending
And we go
in our Fire Guosha
And
deck.
we're running Fractured Crowns. We actually get the +2 attack to our champion. And extra life per unique ally in our graveyard.
So we play the.
Which there's a lot of unique allies. You probably could.
Yeah.
We play some weird unique stuff. We play like.
And then they go Fracturize or Fractured Crown, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I still get the bonus.
Yeah.
Well, I lose the. Wait, how does
You
that
lose
card work?
you lose the health. You'd lose all of it.
Oh, it doesn't have a
Power
like a
stat, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that it just does a.
I think it says your first attack this turn gets +2 power.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. And then class bonus
Man, no wonder this
warrior.
card never got played, except for Lee. Lee beat
I gotta look this up.
the world champ in
know.
this deck at nationals. So
Round 1 of Nats
just to be
on stream.
Who do you mean?
Taylor. He beat Taylor.
Oh,
on,
this. That's why I was confused. I was like,
he beat him at
Glenny was there?
no. He beat him at
The
NA
first
Nats.
NA Nats.
Yeah, in
Yeah, okay.
2014.
Yeah.
Or 2024.
Oh,
11 years ago.
Granny Garfield's been out for a long
It's been
time.
a long time. And that was the coolest streamed match I had ever seen.
Yeah. Dude, imagine Taylor's like, I can't imagine that though. Because like Taylor's a very competitive guy, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like won worlds. And he was like trying back then too.
Yeah.
Just imagine like being super competitive, like getting to go to US Nats, like you're trying to win your spot at Worlds. You go round 1 on stream against that and lose. Like I can't imagine the mental state
That'd be
after,
so tough.
after that match.
So tough.
Like
Man, we've really been bagging on Taylor the last couple episodes. This is great. This makes me
great.
really happy.
I'm not even like bagging on him though. I'm
Yeah,
just,
how can
like,
you lose
like,
to Triskit, dude? Oh
think
my
about
gosh.
that.
Just think about
situation,
how
though.
poor his mental would be.
Yeah.
Just how it's probably still trash after all these years.
Yeah, dude.
Is that what you're trying to say?
He's probably still crumbling. He probably has nightmares at night.
The second after he wins Worlds, instead of being really happy, he just thinks about that. And he's just like, I might have won Worlds, but man,
if
I
him,
lost that night.
If I was him, I would keep a Trisket in my wallet. So
To ward
I
off
think
other
about-
Triskit players.
I just think about it every day when I open my wallet. put it in my license spot, so it's just staring at me when I open it. So I never forget.
Oh,
I kept a twiddle in my wallet for like 15 years.
Yeah.
A Magic card, one of my favorites.
I was trying to figure out what would be the best attack to use as Fractured Crown as your champion, because if you're using Guoja or
Sure.
Luxem. Luxem.
Oh, we're in Luxem.
Assassin Luxem. You just go 1,000
Slice and dice?
slice.
Oh, 1,000.
No, because your first attack, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Never mind,
Yeah.
it's bad.
It's bad.
Oh no, you just go assassin, go rending still.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go rending.
Rending for 10.
Yeah. Why are you going assassin?
Use Merkblade.
So you can play it in Luxem Xander.
Luxem Xander Fractured Crown
Oh.
with Rending Flames.
Oh, okay, so we're not Triskit anymore.
No, that's something else.
We're done with Triskit.
Sorry,
I was trying to think about actual competitive decks.
I was trying to figure out.
Wait, Triskit beat the world champion. It is a competitive deck.
I was trying to figure out, can I run Fractured Crown? Yeah, then he went, 1-7.
Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah. He lost every other game.
He played against my friend Jeremy, who was there, and they both just sat at like the like the furthest table, and we're just playing. They're like, oh, whatever.
I love that.
That's crazy.
No, I was trying to figure out if we can make Fractured Crown actually mildly viable
Okay.
with Rending Flames. Is the only thing I can think of.
So you just play like this weird, aggressive fire deck with the unique package that plays Dungeon Guide as well. And then you Dungeon Guide to 3 and Rending them.
And we also play Triskit in this case.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, we go into. I kind of like this. You go to Assassin Xander.
I mean, you're already running Excalibur.
Exactly. I'm saying you're gonna run Excalibur.
Or we're playing Luxem.
Yeah, we're playing Luxem.
Like
so we can go-
Serene.
Oh.
Or we
Serene
playing-
Luxem? Sure.
Or, I mean, do we want more
Yeah,
cards?
we can, because we're going to go Triskit.
Yeah.
So turn back fire
Get
on.
fire back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why not?
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is easy, dude. And
Um,
we already have the attack stat that Triskit gets. So we get 2
Yeah,
plus
so-
3
so if
plus
we-
the 2 from that. It's a 14.
and we run Rending.
Wait,
And so
no.
we can go
Yeah.
Triskit if we want to, or we can still just do Xander with Fractured Crown and
Yeah.
Rending.
Because Triskit's a warrior, right?
Yes.
So even if you have Triskit replace your
Yes,
champion,
that's what I'm
Rending is
saying.
Still on.
You can do either or.
Okay.
We can play Carnwedded.
we can go Wind instead,
Okay.
and we're actually going Triskit,
okay.
and we're going to Expeditious opening Triskit in their end step.
Whoa, when they think they killed us.
Or
Wait,
before they kill us.
That's insane to Exodus just opening this. Because,
Yeah.
like you're like 4 away from death, and they're
Yeah.
just like, swing.
Wait.
It probably
Before
negates
da-
the whole
It probably
attack.
does before damage because the champion changed.
Yeah.
It's no longer targeting
Yeah, the
Xander.
target disappeared.
Because you
Fireball
have to
you for
target-
8. Yeah. It
In response.
they go attack you. Yeah. They go Veiling you. Yeah. In response, Fireball. Yeah. In response, Extra's opening, Flash and Trisket.
Dude, this is the sickest deck ever, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we think we cracked the code.
If you pull that off against someone, they better scoop. Just
Dude.
like, yeah. Like,
And then you just probably do nothing on your next turn, and you might
no,
die.
no, now
Excalibur
Rending-
lock them.
and yeah, Excalibur lock, or now Rending's turned online too.
We could choose
'Cause you're
two
in mid-
elements, right?
Yeah,
With
two
Excalibur? Firecrux.
non-norm, I believe.
Firecrux.
Yeah, exactly.
Get wrecked, Merlin.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what are you gonna do? Play the stalwart shield nade against
Yeah.
you? Like
Easy.
sudden strike you for a lot?
10 sometimes.
I love doing that card for 10, bro. That is like, oh god, I want more of those in my deck.
And you're a 12 health champ.
Yeah.
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 Pass. Your wreck. Fireball.
does Blessing, what's it called? Spirit's Blessing.
yeah.
It wakes your champion up, but you put something back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it target or choose?
Choose, I believe.
So you can put back Looking Glass.
Let me look. Yeah, I think you can.
Probably.
So you can on a buff turn you go
Spirit's Blessing, right?
Spirit's Blessing.
Yeah.
You can go sudden steal that, sudden steal that, sudden steal that.
Yeah, you totally
For
can.
when you're like
When
level
you get
7.
Triskited?
When you get
Yeah,
Triskit.
When you get
yeah.
Triskited.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you can't play the Crux
You can't play
card.
cross.
Oh
yeah.
shoot.
It is as an additional cost to activate this card,
Oh.
return a regalia you control to its owner's material deck.
That's kind of
Wow, so if I stole yours with Diablo Ray, I can put it back in your deck.
You. Whoa. Unfortunately, it comes out at the beginning of the turn, so you can never, or beginning of the game, so you can never Diablo Ray it. Diablo Ray got nerfed in this set.
Yeah, it did get nerfed.
Yeah.
It's
Big nerf.
Unfortunate.
Big nerf
nerf.
from
All the Diablo Ray players out there.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's on Looking Glass. Looking
Yeah.
Glass is expensive right now. I don't even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost mine.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, did you
found
find it
right?
again?
No, I found it though.
Oh,
But,
that's good because that's $100.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I gotta look at
Cheshire
this card.
Cat?
sold
also nuts.
I had them listed on TCGPlayer. I forgot about them, and they sold for $67 each.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably more now because
It is higher than that now.
I should list my extras.
Yeah, it's probably about that time.
Yeah.
I'm just holding on to the 3 that I have because I accidentally sold my 4th.
it's at 70 right now.
Yep,
Sure.
that's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
And do you know who has the cheapest price? Core TCG.
Ooh, speaking of Core TCG, use code TRUE10 over at coretcg.com.
Yeah. Don't buy it on TCG Player. When you see Core TCG on TCG Player, go to coretcg.com
Yep.
and you'll get 10% back.
Yeah, which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pre-orders are going to be up there pretty soon. We need to figure out when that is with Core. We should reach out to them so that we can start advertising that for them because that's going to go hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
They aren't ready for the business. You hear that, Megan? You're going to get so much business, you're not going to know what to do.
10% back on pre-order.
10% back
what I'm
on
saying.
pre-orders is insane.
Yeah, I might quit the team
Yeah.
to order from Core TCG
and then rejoin.
and then rejoin the team after I order.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Yeah, we have to make a big deal of it though. We're gonna have to like literally like fire you. Like
Yeah. Huge things.
you say, I quit my job, guys, to start full time. We're like, sorry,
You're done.
fired.
You're
off
done.
the team.
I like where this is
I'm
going.
like, hey, can we want to go get ice cream now?
You know we can use the code.
oh, yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if we can do pre-orders, can we? We gotta
Why
ask about
not?
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's cool.
Yeah. No,
I don't want to step on any toes.
We to be honest, we didn't talk that much about this with them. What
Caven
about
knows it.
what all
Caven
what all
talked to him.
entails,
Yeah.
but
I talked to him a bit.
so
I'm going to talk about Yeti now.
Oh, crap. We're going to talk about
So-
something real?
I played, yeah.
Triskit?
you played Triskit?
Expeditious opening Triskit, dude.
Okay, okay, I gotta theoretically build it. You know what? That deck list will be linked below.
Yes! Take it to your locals and lose.
I'm gonna build it real quick when I upload this video. It will be linked below.
Perfect. Love that.
So I played in the Yeti. I played Wind CL, which is the element of CL that I've been messing around with the least. For those of you that might not know, I've been just like hardcore CL fan ever since DTR. Well, ever since post Boston, ever since I actually got to spend time in the set. And definitely took a big dive into water CL for a while. Took that to the
Yeah, the meta has seen that and felt it.
I know.
There's a lot.
I
of
took it to the
CL.
water, or I took it to the Yeti regionals online. Didn't really expect it to do that well because honestly, I hadn't practiced with it too much at that point. The funny thing is, the most I had practiced with it was water CL mirrors, which it wasn't a deck in the meta. So, anyways. But I was just playing against someone. My testing partner at that time was just someone that really liked water CL as well. So we were just both just testing that. Anyways, did pretty well at the Yeti regionals with that. Didn't expect to. And then, like every regionals after that has had a water CL top.
Yeah.
So kind of accidentally like put a deck into the meta there. I did not top with it during my next regionals, and I've had a really hard time with it in a couple of different ways, but mainly against Merlin. And so I've kind of like dropped it personally, honestly. I still do think it's a great deck. I understand why it's doing well in some regionals and stuff like that. It's a very solid deck by itself. And also, again, we're just in the most open meta ever.
Yeah.
Like, there's a chance that you don't play. I didn't play against any Merlins in the Dallas regionals.
Yeah.
I still lost, but that was honestly kind of because of my own fault.
Yeah.
It's why we see a lot of Merlin though. You know, like because Merlin is really good when like there's just like so many things. It's funny. Actually, in the past, I would say Merlin is really good when it knows the meta.
Yeah.
But right now, it's also really good because it doesn't matter. And so you just want to play something strong and linear.
Yeah.
It got so much support with Cheshires and Looking Glass and all this other kind of stuff. 3 of Hearts, right? Like so much stuff.
The Merlin build now is just a incredibly linear crux deck.
Yeah.
Like a mid-range deck.
Merlin in the past, you had to be like, am I mainboarding Resolute?
Yeah.
Am I mainboarding Crystallized Destiny? Am I mainboarding Blanche? Like all this kind of stuff. Now it's just like, hey, I have 60 cards of my game plan. Instead of 48, 52 cards of my game plan and 8 cards of interaction.
My sideboard will be the rest of that.
You remember when I built Merlin during Slime's Tristan meta?
No.
And I played it at all the regionals and I topped every regional.
Slime's
And we called it
Tristan.
FU Merlin because I took out all the defense and all I did was go all in on our combo.
I'll be
turn one.
quite real with you.
Yeah.
Not at all. I don't
Oh, that's
remember.
okay.
I don't remember in the slightest.
That's okay. We went to Canada.
You
I
went
got
to
second.
Florida.
You got like third. I took it in Florida.
I was there for Canada one, or the one I
You
didn't go.
probably weren't.
Okay.
You haven't gone to a lot of the Canada ones.
Yeah.
Do you hate Canadians?
No,
Wow.
not at all. I love Canadians. I've been to
that's crazy.
one Canada one. Is Slimes meta?
Oh yeah, it was at London.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because you played Water.
It
Slime.
was Slimes meta.
That's
because
where I
you
played
played
Merlin.
Water Slimes, yeah.
That's where I
Okay.
played Merlin. Was that one?
Okay.
And I went 501.
Yeah.
You lost in the finals.
Yeah, because I was on Tristan.
Yeah.
This was early Tristan
Got
meta.
stalled by
And I was
Nico.
like, oh, Nico, auto win. And then I got destroyed.
Yeah.
so quickly. It was like a really 15, 20-minute round.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good times.
That was good
Yeah,
regions.
yeah. I played Merlin then. Yep, good times. But yeah, anyway, it reminds me of that
Yeah.
time. Just a no defense, usually
Yeah.
all in on your
The,
plan.
the
to say-
Merlin list has changed.
Yeah.
Whereas the previous Merlin lists were built to counter specific meta, and this Merlin list that we're seeing now is more of a
proactive.
I have a good game plan and I'm going with it, and it's your job to deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the type of list that you want to play in an open meta.
Yeah.
Which is why Merlin is good in an open meta now, and it's good in a closed meta as well. Because if we start to see, okay, well, these 3 decks are the best decks,
You can build.
then you can just tech for those in Merlin, because Merlin is a very good deck to just tech for. So kind of interesting. Like, I think Merlin might be the best deck to pick up if you just like want to play one deck.
It's also probably the
And-
most expensive deck. you
It
can
is.
pick up.
It is a very expensive deck, but it's funny too because like we've definitely said this before. Like if you were gonna pick one deck in GA to just main, it should be Merlin because it's been around for forever and it's been probably the most like diverse meta possible to play in. I don't know. How,
Yeah, I mean,
how
you
I'm
could play.
trying to say
There's
that, but-
been Wind Merlin lists that have done well certain times of the meta. There's water decks that have done water Merlin decks that have done really, really well, and then obviously Fire Merlin has always been a contender.
Yeah.
no matter what the meta is.
I'm talking about specifically just Fire Merlin. I think like if you judge since Fire Merlin came out, like every meta since then, it's been like played in the most of them compared to any other deck.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I think it's probably her and Tristan.
Yeah,
I think that those are
Tristan. Yeah,
those are the 2 one-trick decks.
Tristan-
100% commit to.
It's funny. I feel like, but we've seen Tristan. We've seen the top. This is it good into an open meta? I feel like it's kind of risky in the more open meta.
I don't know. It can be built pretty linearly.
I feel like when there's like 1 or 2 decks best deck in the format, then it's like, then because Wind has so many different techs it can run, then it's like it's good.
Yeah.
Because like cool, I'll run the hate that gives me a floating memory,
right.
and then I'll get to my game plan really easily and really
Yeah.
efficiently.
I mean, there was a time like last meta, like our Nat season and World season, Merlin didn't get played at all.
Yeah.
It was completely dead from
Yeah,
the meta
yeah.
because Fractals.
Yeah.
Fractals just rolled it. So there was like no chance in Fractals with full power that you could play Merlin and do well at an event. And so I think that is the only time Merlin hasn't been played. Whereas like Tristan has always been played. There's always Tristan decks that are at least fighting, and they have a chance. But like you said, I think Tristan definitely capitalizes being a wind deck on a meta that is developed.
At least with the builds now, Merlin is much better than Tristan in an open deck. For sure.
100%.
But yeah, if you ever wanted a one-trick deck, look at Merlin or Tristan. Because it's unlikely that a new set will be released and there's just going to be some gigantic counter to it and your deck's unplayable now. It based on the history of GA, picking that deck and just sticking with it is a pretty safe
And you've
pick.
got new Merlin coming out.
Yeah, new Merlin.
Which might change
As I was going to say,
but
you know what's gonna be interesting? The cards. I think this will be the first time we'll see cards that have both the because we've had 3 clerics, right? 2 clerics. We have 3 mages.
Kong Ming, Ari, and
Dao Chen.
Van
Kong-
Tas
and Dao Chen.
So
Yeah.
Kong Ming is a mage.
Kong Ming is a
I
mage.
always think she's a
So
cleric.
Ari, Dao Chen,
And Vanny.
Vanny.
Ari. Oh,
Arasana.
Arasana. I was like, League of Legends. What?
Oh, dude, we're founding mine.
Oh goodness. Is that it? I thought there was.
That's it.
Okay. In this set we'll have 3 assassins, like actual assassins, like full level 3 assassins, and I think it'll be the first time where we start actually really seeing both class bonus and name. So it'll be a Merlin with a class bonus of assassin.
Yeah.
Like we usually don't have that. We usually have class bonus and
Element.
Thank you. Class bonus and element. But this will be one of the first times where we actually see like that thing because I think there has to be like
Excalibur.
very specific. Yeah. Well, Excalibur is literally just warrior.
It has a Merlin bonus too.
He's
It's
talking
assassin.
about new Excalibur.
Other Excalibur.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot. We have to actually say that.
Yeah.
Not
Do you know
Cursed
there's actually
Blade.
3 Excaliburs? Yeah.
not Excalibur Cleansing Light.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the new one?
Excalibur.
Deflected Edge? No. Reflected.
Reflective Edge. Shiny Boy.
Shiny Boy. All right, I guess I'll look it up while I continue to talk.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think that's gonna because obviously if they don't, I think there's a lot of cards are gonna be on the watch list if you don't do that kind of stuff, right? Especially going forward, there's gonna be like cards where like, because we brought this new champion, it's this card that was meant for Tristan or meant for Xander is just gonna be broken. Or sorry, that was meant for like Merlin is gonna be broken in Tristan. Or,
sure.
Reflected Edge. You were right.
Reflected Edge. Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Nice.
And it is True Sight Spell Shroud.
Yeah.
Merlin bonus.
Plus 1
2
attack.
And that is the
Or
only
plus
bonus
1.
on the thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's a really weird little card.
There's no
yeah.
class bonus or anything, just the plus 1
It's just
attack.
a freaky little card.
Just a freaky little card. Freaking naughty.
So I kind of interrupted myself earlier for that long tangent. But so yeah, Water Seal, blah blah blah. Kind of put it down because it loses to Merlin.
Yeah.
And while we are in an open meta, I do feel like Merlin is a deck that competitive players have a history of showing up on.
Yeah.
So
I've never
just
played that deck.
a little insight into the testing of True Champion Gaming, which we can do now. Now there's just 3 of us, and I don't have to check with other people. I am no longer testing Water Seal for Niagara. I just believe that.
As of this moment,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this if you know Cabin, this is going to change.
Yeah.
But as of right now,
Everything that we say can always change because meta shift and blah blah blah.
there will be one more list before Niagara that he'll test, and it'll have Avalon in it, and it'll be CL. But it's because he goes, but we get to activate cards from his omens, which trigger whatever, and that's
Avalon,
and that's what
we know how his brain works.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but the Water CL list that has become popular.
Popularized.
Thank you.
sucks. No.
I'm no longer testing that with the intention of Niagara in mind, or Niagara / Auckland, I guess, since we're going to both. And the reason is because, competitive players are inclined to play Merlin. And I just believe that if I bring that list, I think I'd make day 2 with it for sure. I think that list is a pretty good day 2 list, like to make to day 2. I do not think it is a good day 2 list. When you're in day 2, I think there's a high chance that you play against a Merlin or 2. And it's like such an abysmal matchup that you just almost auto lose. And I don't want to have an auto loss matchup for a deck that even in an open format, I think a lot of good players will be on. I think Merlin will be like one of the more represented ones in day 2 in an open form in this type of format that we're seeing and stuff. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, and we have a lot of events that are still happening.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
maybe there'll be a breakout deck or
I mean,
something
I
else.
might bring Water CL if we start seeing all these events and like there's one Merlin in the top of every single one, right? Like if it's not getting that much
So
representation.
if you don't want to see Caven on Water CL, just start playing Merlin. And
No, don't play Merlin. If you
Yeah,
play
don't-
Merlin, he won't play that.
I know if you don't want to see him on
Oh,
Water
yeah.
CL, or if you want to see him on it and you want to beat him, don't play any Merlin and then come to an event.
bring
that-
Merlin
yeah,
to Niagara after you bait me.
Yeah.
After I publicly talk about my strategy. But no, and so like that's just been kind of like one of the things that I've been going through. And so I switched to Wind CL this week to finally give that time, because we have been putting a little bit of time in Fire CL as well. TM32 has already been making a good Fire CL list. So there's already a good list out there. I kind of wanted to like mess with Wind CL because it hasn't seen too much success. It's had mild success. And I played this like kind of weird list. I went 1-2, so I didn't do that well with it. But I did like the deck, and I do think there's a lot there with like the build that I played. However, I tested into Merlin and still lost against Merlin. So why switch that, right? And so I've kind of dropped Wind CL as well. So now we're looking at Fire CL and trying to figure out a way for it to be Merlin. It definitely feels the best against Merlin out of all 3 colors. And I think it's just because you can just apply pressure faster, or you can control them specifically better with like the Regal negate build and stuff like that, because negating a fireball is a lot better than cerulean decreeing a fireball or something like that, right? But yeah, so yeah, Yeti run didn't go too hot, but even though I went 1-2, I think that deck list felt pretty fluid. I don't mind that at all. That's definitely going to be like my base for experimenting with Wind CL in the future, because there's a good chance I just go back to it and I just say like, yeah, maybe my Merlin matchup's bad, but I just bring it anyways because it's not as known as Water CL. That's kind of one of the issues with Water CL too, is I think that deck had a lot of strength when people didn't know how to play against it.
Yeah.
But now it is topping like every single regionals, and people are practicing against it.
And there's still
Eli-
literally card for card. your list.
I know,
are still-
yeah. Which is funny because I think that's the right way to go because
Mm-hmm.
I made changes. I had it in like Carps on Codas and Toad Trolls and stuff for Dallas, and it was just like not the right move.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think like it was kind of just like that accidental. I created a really good deck list without realizing that was as refined, like just like Crux Onsol with Fluffies and all
Also,
that stuff.
that's a really good name for a thumbnail or like a title.
I accidentally created a perfect deck.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect. I'm not the only person that played Water CL. You know, like there's a lot of like
And it came with the deck going.
yeah. There's a lot
You
of
got it. You'll see that.
there's always a lot of like stigma about like I created this deck list and stuff in card games. And so like whenever we talk about that, we're not like trying to like brag or like put our mark on it or something like that. It's just talking about it. You know, like I created it because it was the version that started becoming popularized.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to throw out that like disclaimer there.
Yeah.
We've created every deck.
Yeah, honestly,
ever.
we pretty much have, right?
We
like
are literally the only deck
when
builders.
Wind Allies, we came up with that idea.
Yeah, nobody
like
could have figured that out.
putting a bunch of allies in a deck.
Yeah. Water
Here's the
allies?
thing: people are not going to understand that you're joking.
I know.
No, but we did.
Like for example, like fractals though. Like fractals was around.
Yeah.
And like I would never say that I created it. Literally Seattle, like a lot of good players were on fractals.
Yeah.
Clearly that was like something there for the taking and a lot of people had that idea.
Yeah.
But like I do kind of think that like I created like that best fractals version that we saw during like, the
Popularized.
last season.
I think
and popularized is the right thing to say. But that word is hard for me to say for some reason. Popularized. I don't know why. And created just like is easier. So like like all of this is just wow. I've hit this twice now. All of this is just to say like
he's better.
We're
yeah, you guys should all just stop.
We're not being like conceited or like trying to like
we're not.
Oh my gosh, whatever, bro.
No, he's just trying to say, guys, that we play the game a lot. All right. And because of that,
I mean,
I think that we don't come up with a ton of groundbreaking lists, but what we do as a team, is we perfect lists. Yeah, we tinker with lists until we find the absolute best way to build it.
Yeah,
and then it gets popularized.
Our testing sessions are insane because like fractals, for example, right? Like we would test like 10-hour days, like 4 days in a row, and then change like one count of one card, and then like test 4 more days, 10 hours in a row, and be like, oh yeah, it's better. It's just crazy though, like how much went into that. Like that fractals list like had so much time put into it. Like man, that was awesome. I loved that.
You know, it's also crazy.
Yeah,
that this video is sponsored by We Did the Store. Thanks so much,
crazy. Dude. I was literally gonna say use code.
Well, we would say thank you to Weebs for sponsoring the video again. So.
Yeah,
it was cool too, like with that fractals list. So like then like we did that in depth. I mean I did that super in depth Patreon guide for that before US Nats, right? Like that was so cool because like we had a lot of us had already gotten our invites and stuff, and just sharing that with the community was like really cool. But yeah, I mean like even when I like talk about like like TM32 is not the first Fire CL, thank you. To do well in an event. No. But it was a really unique build, and I think it's kind of like gonna be a little bit more of the standard for Fire CL going forward. So like even when it's just us three talking, I'm like, oh yeah, TM32's list. Like it's just easier to like refer to like that kind of thing.
The only people that have like come up with super unique, groundbreaking lists, honestly, kind of Chess Club. Because they came up with Serene Luxem. They were the ones who created Serene Luxem.
Oh, okay. See, that's where I disagree with you there, though.
They literally did it before it was good.
Yeah, but like we and other, like there was at least one other pro team and also us that thought about it. Decided to not
they
play
played
it at a
the
major
set
event.
before. They played at the set before at our event. That's why we thought about it. Was because Noel topped with a Serene Luxem list that was terrible.
Go to Luxor's map.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. At the set before.
It was before they got a lot of support.
Yeah. Like I can't remember what they got, but there was definitely more support.
Because they ran Fractal of Insight. It ran what are the other cards?
Dude, I don't know. We have a deck tech of it on our video
of Noel doing the deck tech.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
we shot it there.
I don't remember any of this.
Oh yeah, this list was bad.
It had Uthers in it. I'm remembering this.
It had Uthers.
That was before ALC.
Yeah. That was the set before. And then we took that list and went, oh wait, what if we did this instead?
Okay.
And then went, this is broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
then,
they knew it too.
Okay, so they created Fire Luxem then.
They
Cool.
did.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
genuinely kind of
Yeah,
forgot.
they created that, and then the other one, obviously, Fire
Vanny.
Vanny,
No one
yeah.
had done that, so
Yeah.
that was cool. Also, serene birds. If you're in the community and you see some fun stuff, Pickle
Yeah,
put that
yeah.
deck together.
Yeah.
Terrifying deck.
Yeah.
But those are the two big ones, right? Those are the meta relevant ones that
Yeah.
they really brought to the forefront.
And they also refined Luxem too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. They played the absolute crap out of that deck that
Yeah.
season. They all played it. Every single one of them played that list for every event.
Yeah.
Eli was on the team back then.
Yeah.
He finally played it at Nats and almost made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was like a big day for him, right?
Yeah.
Turns out when he plays the best deck, he can do well with it.
Yeah.
Hi, Eli. I know he watches this, so you suck. No, I'm just kidding. You're great.
That's so mean. I love Eli.
Yeah. No, we love Eli.
He was the first member that ever left TCG.
He was the first one to join and the first one to leave.
I almost said kicked, but
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, he
TCG.
left on his own accord.
He did. Oh, that's like, you guys make it sound. Jeez. Remember the thing that we just like kick people to the curb?
That's all we do. It's
Yeah,
because
I
we're
mean-
better and we create every deck.
Yeah, I mean, Perpy and Gruthos didn't create any decks, so they had to go. Like,
But yeah, we are refiners.
Yeah.
That is definitely our plus, and it's honestly a big portion of that is because Caben plays the game more than anyone.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to.
yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
But we used to put so many hours, especially when we started working with main deck with the Sakura Oath.
Yeah.
Because not only did you have Isaac during the day, you had like me sometimes in between, and then at night you'd play with main deck players.
The reason that Nat season and World season went so well for all of us was because, I would literally come over and I would usually test about 6 to 8 hours with one of you guys.
Yeah.
And then I would go home. I'd spend 30 minutes with my wife, and then I would get on my computer and I would test 6 hours
Yep.
more with main deck
and
members or something.
it paid off. Look how we did.
I mean, that's why that fractals list got that
Oh, yeah.
refined. You know,
100%.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause-
it would not have been possible without the amount of time you
Yeah.
put into this.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Wow. That lots of tangents.
I got another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I
So
had like 4 things that I want to talk about.
Oh.
I forgot all of them. No, go ahead.
literally interrupt because this is the
Yeah.
dumbest
I'll
tangent
get
ever.
you back on track after this.
So PTM is going to come out. There's going to be a rule change.
Yeah.
They announced that.
Solar hinted at it, but we don't know what it's going to be.
What do you think?
Wow, we really are on a tangent.
Yeah.
This-
What is your best guess as to what you think it might be?
Ooh, I was thinking about this and we were all like kind of just shooting around because this is supposed to be a rule change on the level of material deck changes.
Yes, material deck changes. So material decks went from just 8 cards flat to 15 points. Regalia worth 3.
This makes me want to
And no
think
card's worth
that it has to do with a deck building thing because of the way that he explained that. It has to do before the game versus a like gameplay rule. Because he says maybe it just means it's on the same level. It's going to change the game to the level of that.
Yeah.
Because that did change everything, right? But if I think about it at that light, my real thought process is going to be that they are going to change the point value of champs and spirits. Maybe your spirit won't count as a point or as a card towards your main deck.
You think it's still going to
To your mat deck, sorry.
Whoa.
I said that really weird, but they're going to make it to where champion lineage and maybe not both, but it could be both. Champion lineage and spirit or just lineage in general doesn't count towards your 12.
Do you think they make it so you can't have
Every deck's hybrid.
Well, I was going to say maybe they just change it to where you can't have more than one spirit in your deck, your material deck.
No, I feel like they like that.
I like it, but I don't know
But
if
it takes
something
But as the game grows and you have to be prepared, we have been talking about this literally for 2 months straight on almost every podcast, how it's impossible to play all the mat deck cards that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually healthy.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to guess on the fly because I think that you should be restricted. I
Yeah.
think that if you want to play 2 spirits, it should take 2 cards. I think that if you want to play a hybrid Merlin, that should take 6 cards out of your freaking material
Yeah,
deck. You should
yeah.
be able to play all of those and then 12 material deck
Yeah.
cards. So I really hope I'm wrong, but this is just literally on the fly thinking of the first thing that came to my head.
I also really hope you're wrong because, like, I've been trying to deck build a lot more recently, and like something that I've really been noticing is like the choice between side decking material deck cards and main deck cards,
Yeah.
and like just like what that actually does to your deck building is like very massive. Because like I've personally been really leaning into the 15 card sideboards for my CL decks and stuff. But the reason is because like I'm main decking techs and everything like that, right? So like I'm main decking some techs and I really want generic cards in my sideboard to take out for those because of how open of a meta we are in and stuff. But it's very funny because I'm conflicted because like there's not enough material deck space right now for an open meta. I haven't put Safeguard Amulet in one of my lists in like a really long time. And that's bad. You know, like it'd be really good to have it in the sideboard if I play against Fractals or something, but I just can't, you know, like, and so like, I think that to kind of answer your question, I don't have a guess because like GA feels very, very smooth right now. I can't think of something that I'm like, this needs to change, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it's based on when you mentioned that is like on the size of the scale of what will change, or if it's going to be on the specific the type of change is going to be. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So whether
it could be like, matte deck cards in your sideboard cost 2 points
now.
Yeah.
Which maybe
or it's something to do with like deck building or like how stuff is counted throughout your your cards or whatever.
You have 60 card decks. You're over, NorCal. You lose. Oh wait, SoCal, not NorCal. You guys are fine. You're 60 card players.
Sorry, Steve and Corbin.
Yeah, and you guys do. Yeah, you guys can't play 63 deck cards anymore.
What if it's you have to have the same card number in and out?
Yeah.
Oh, that
like,
could be it.
Yeah.
So you can't just shove 12 cards into your
main
deck.
My Genbu play is shot
Yeah.
because that's how I play
I
Genbu.
hope that's the case.
That could
actually.
be it. Actually, that's yep. I agree. I think that's a great guess.
That's what it should have been.
Yes.
I
Thought it was.
we literally thought it was for so long.
I think that's kind of a stupid rule to have.
Yeah.
Like it's very what is it called when it's like not like intuitive?
Yes,
like it's very unintuitive.
Yeah.
And like kind of makes no sense. You know, like it's just a weird rule to have in this game. And like, yeah, I mean, how many pro players have been like, wait, you can do that? You know, like it's a very weird rule. I agree.
I'm okay with that one.
Yeah. If that's the one, I would be happy with that.
And like while that's not a strategy that's like employed very often, that is a massive change equal to like the sideboard thing. So I think even like thematically that makes sense. Or not thematically, but you know.
Actually, JK, it's going to be you can activate stuff from your till deck at fast speed when it says like activate. You know, like Merc Blade, you can do Merc Blade at their end step or in their middle.
Why stop there?
You can do Polaris and
allies.
Yeah, from your memory.
Yeah, from your memory at fast speed.
You can pay with
Ghost of Pendragon. Ghost of Pendragon. At your end step. We got Avarice back, baby. What if they just unban Avarice? That's what they say. Something on the level of this. Avarice is back.
And Reckless.
Just, you know what? Unban everything.
Oh, no.
Bring it all back. Except for Erupting.
For London.
Erupting
still gone.
No, for London, everything is unbanned.
No.
I love this.
Right as we get a new Crux champion.
Yeah.
We have 47 Erupting
it's class bonus.
in day 2.
It's Warrior class bonus.
Oh, it's fine then. It's balanced.
Yeah. It's balanced. I like this. Avarice is back.
We'll get a new Merlin level 1, right?
Wait.
By the way,
We don't know.
we don't know. We haven't shown
Have you
it.
seen that? There's a unique ally Merlin.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not a fan of that.
It becomes your champion.
Yeah, it's a little funky.
It's Luxem.
If they do this, which they said they are, I really hope finally we get an Arthur champ. Because we should have had that.
That's all
forever
done
ago if they're
about
going to do this. Yeah. If they're going to do this, and this was something that they were like, yeah, we were going to do this all along. How do we not have an Arthur champ?
Yeah.
With like the storyline and everything.
Yeah.
It just makes like a lot of sense.
Well, that's the
Or Uther.
That's the cornerstone or whatever it's called.
The
capstone.
Capstone. I was gonna say recap.
Okay, wait, time
I
out.
was like, that's not right.
If we get
Cornerstone.
a level 1 fire aggro Arthur champion,
It's fire.
that if he's rested,
Your
you
allies
get +1.
+1. That'd be way too.
That's sick.
That's
dude.
sick.
You have, but he doesn't like bring out a weapon.
you don't bring
have to bring out a
yeah,
weapon.
yeah.
Oh, that's more actually that is
or
kind of
you even
You
do
can use attack
You
cards.
can even do if you control like 2 or more allies, they got +1.
Sure.
While your champion's rested.
So
like,
that you have to have board control.
Yeah.
Or like presence.
It's very like clearly like one strategy. You know, like
we gotta stop talking about things that would be cool because they're not going to make
glass
them.
cannon.
No, I believe
right.
Theo said like other
don't make
devs,
Arthur a
other
champ.
devs
That's
have said
terrible.
this. Is that they can't if you give them suggestions, they can get like legal issues.
Yeah.
Because like, oh no, you own like
We
that
give
was not
away
like that.
our
That's
property
what I'm
right
saying.
here. You heard it.
You can have any of the ideas we suggest for cards. We will not take any royalties from those types of cards or
we will
the
sign
ideas.
a paper right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Just hire us.
Yeah, we'll sign NDAs.
We'll retire right now, and Isaac and I can start building all of your cards.
We'll switch to Riftbound content. We'll work at Grand Arc or Weave of the Shore.
Dude. That's my dream, by the way. You guys heard it here first. Anyway,
this just becomes a full Commander channel.
Ooh, that's fun.
Windseal.
Tell us about your how your run went with it.
No, I mean, I think I was kind of done with it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but like I had like 4 other things I wanted to talk about, but I kind of just forgot all of them. But like we've had like really good talks today. I really like this podcast.
Yeah,
I really like you
Triskit,
too.
Thanks.
Trisket.
Okay, after the Trisket fiasco, this is a good podcast.
Linked below.
Trisket. If you want to play Trisket, if you want to beat the world champ,
I'm gonna get him to help me build this too.
Taylor has never beat a Triskit deck in a competitive event. So if you want to just stomp the world champ, 0% win rate.
Even one more time.
If you live in
Fargo.
Fargo, and you go
He
to
doesn't live in Fargo anymore.
Oh, that's right.
He moved.
Does he still go to JWW
What's his
games?
address? No.
Yeah. Hey Taylor, what's
His
your
phone
address?
number is this.
What
His address is that.
What's your local store? Where do you go to? Do you not have locals? Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Why'd you leave from Fargo?
Wait, okay. So before I forget, this did. I remembered one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I started talking about like genuinely like our testing experience with like Water CL and stuff, and I want to just like kind of talk about how TCG's testing has gone for Niagara. Sure. Spill the beans a little bit.
That's okay. I don't want to, but
okay.
Isaac's the one that's like, I'm super competitive. I don't want.
I won't share every single little thing, but I'm going to talk about some stuff. So we've been trying to test more.
He's like, I'm on this. Isaac's on this, and Terry's on this.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
locked.
Yeah.
Send it. Full deck list
in the description. Right under the Triskit.
No, those will be locked behind Patreon at least. No.
True.
All jokes aside though, like I want to talk about our testing experience a little bit, because I think that a lot of people would love to hear this. And it's not something that like competitive teams can really discuss very often, because why would you give away your edge that you put a bunch of time into? And also, there is always the concern about, meta manipulation. But I think that based on our YouTube and our Patreon and how many metas we've gone through and shown that we do not meta manipulate, and that we've even literally given away
our deck list,
Water Arasana, and the exact deck list for Fractals. Like, in that article, I was like, in the Fractals article, I was like, this might be the exact list I play. Maybe like 3 cards change or something. And then I think I literally put Orb of Hubris in, and that was it.
Maybe
and that was like a night of before decision, and I hated it. But yeah, I mean, like we've shown to be very non-meta manipulative. So I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about it after our history of that. And also one of the things I'm going to talk about is going to explain why I'm okay talking about it. So one of the things that we've come to realize very recently, this was like literally yesterday's testing or something, was this open meta is so open. We have so many decks. The card pool is so big that we believe that the time spent in this specific meta, the more time you spend, the less return there is compared to other metas. And so that's why I'm comfortable talking a little bit about our practice, because we're not in a situation right now where we're all 3 playing 8 hours a day and like figuring out exactly the type of deck list that we want to bring and stuff, and what we think is going to be really good in the meta and stuff. That's not really happening for us right now. And so I'm comfortable talking about our experiences a little bit, because it isn't hurting us as much to share right now. So yeah, part of our experience has been that I've been playing CL like crazy. All 3 elements, although water and fire are definitely where I've been spending a little bit more time. We tested wind. CL didn't really do that good into Merlin. I didn't really see a reason to play it over the others. I will say one of the really cool things about wind CL is that, going back to our discussion of like regalias and stuff in the meta, it's really hard to fit all regalias in the meta. And Nullifying Mirror is not one that I am personally putting even in the side of some list. And so Wind CL specifically, if a deck is not on Nullifying Mirror, is pretty darn good, because you can maximum armor. You can maximum armor a Veiling back to hand, and you can also lineage release a Veiling. So it's very possible for you to play 6 Veilings without playing any main deck cards like Ombre Chevalier or anything like that, because I wasn't that much of a fan of that in Wind Merlin, or Wind. Oops, that's the deck I'm playing at Niagara, Wind Merlin, right?
I hope not.
on Win Merlin with Guoja level 1.
Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, so like Wind Seal is like very interesting because you can just Veiling Loop like old Razor Game used to. Except you don't have to play Cyclical Breeze, and Nullifying Lantern doesn't shut it off. Really, the only one that you're concerned about is Nullifying Mirror. And so Wind Seal is really cool because I don't think Nullifying Mirror is going to be played very much right now. But we kind of stopped testing Wind Seal because if you do run into someone running Nullifying Mirror, because you will, again, it is a very open meta. There are just going to be some decks that are just like, I like my matchup into everything else but Wind, so I'm just going to mainboard Nullifying Mirror. And then I think Wind Seal just crumbles to that kind of a little bit. Honestly, kind of, you know what Wind Seal really does remind me of? It reminds me of Vanitas, where it's just like this value building engine. I'm literally on escapes and baby greens and cakes and stuff. It's just this value building engine that has like really good defense and eventually gets the win, unless your opponent has the answer for it. And so I kind of stopped testing Wind Seal because I was like, yeah, this is a really strong deck. I can see like if we sat here and refined it for the next 2 weeks, how it'd be really, really good pick for Niagara, because I think people wouldn't be expecting it. Now a little bit no longer the case, because we're putting it out there.
And we're putting a deck tech out.
And we're putting, I am doing a deck tech. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
so it's okay to talk about
I forgot about that.
The deck's good.
But if we thought about hiding it and keeping it under the wraps and doing all this, but I was like, but then if you do just randomly play against that person with Nullifying Mirror, you're just kind of like out of luck. And so that's why we're just going to talk about it publicly. It's probably not the secret deck that we're bringing into Niagara, but I do think it's underrepresented in the meta. I think that Wind Seal is a tier 1 deck, and if you refine it, it could be a very, very good deck.
And this is not Wind Seal that's just like heavy swing in 3/4s.
No, I'm talking about like level 3 Wind Seal with Carters and
Umbra Seal.
Umbra Seal. Yes, Umbra Wind Seal. I think that is a deck, and I think it could be tier 1 for sure. I think that people just need to cook with it a little bit more. I mean, dude, people aren't cooking enough with this meta.
No.
It's like crazy to say because we're literally seeing Triskit top. So like obviously people are cooking, but like there's an overwhelming amount of good decks in the meta, and not all of them are even shown yet, I think. Anyways, so let's keep talking about testing a little bit. So Water CL, I've already talked about why I've switched off that. But Merlin is pretty good. So Merlin keeps like holding its ground against everything in the format. Not everything, I should say. But it's a good like standard deck in the format. I think it's definitely, if you're gonna like talk about tier 1 decks, Merlin's one of the first ones that you put in that list. Not because it's the best, but because it's like it can hold up to a lot of stuff like we were talking about earlier. I don't think that Merlin's like the deck that's gonna win Niagara or anything like that, but you should like probably test against Merlin.
Definitely know Merlin, obviously, if you don't know it yet.
It's hard though. Okay, so let me move right into my next tangent is testing. So one of the reasons that we have decided we're not actually going to test 8 hours a day for Niagara is because the amount of decks that you need to test against right now is like so overwhelming, right? Like previously, like we've already talked about in podcasts before about closed metas and open metas and why pro players like closed metas. And the reason why is because you get to build 3 to 4 decks and you test those decks against each other, or you build a new deck and test against those 3 to 4 decks. And it's a very like streamlined experience of testing. So one day you spend 8 hours testing against Merlin. The next day you spend 8 hours testing against Luxem. The next day you spend 8 hours testing against Fire Aggro. The next day you spend 8 hours testing against Fractals. And then
you refine your list.
If your deck did good into 3 out of 4 of those, then you say, okay, awesome. How do I improve this Fractals matchup or something, right? And then you refine the list, you figure out what text you want to run, blah, blah, blah. It's a very easy way to put time in and get results. And right now we're in an open meta, which isn't very good for pro players because I'm like, okay, do I play against the 20 decks that are topping right now? Like, because that is legitimately something that I might see all of those at Niagara. And the time to do that is literally 5 times more than testing against 4 decks. And then you might do all of that. You might test against, let's say 12 decks, okay? Be a little bit more reasonable. Let's say you build the deck and you want to build it and get ready for an ascent, like day 2 top 8 goals, and you have to test against 12 decks. Well, you might test against 6 of those decks, and 5 out of 6 of those are really good matchups. And so you like start thinking, oh, this is really awesome. You keep testing, you test against the other 6. 5 out of the 6 of those are bad matchups. And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, my deck's 50-50 into the field, which is honestly a good place to be at in an open meta, but it might be like really disappointing after starting off on a good foot, and also the time spent to test against 12 of those decks. Like, that's a lot of time to just end up at maybe this is 50-50 when you could have just played something like Fire Aggro or Merlin and just had 50-50.
We've literally seen 15 different decks, repeatedly top.
Yeah. And that's just from you doing it off memory. I'm sure there's more.
I'm sure 100% there's more.
But so like that experience of testing against that many decks is like honestly kind of abysmal for when you are going for day 2 top 8 Ascent goals. When you are just playing GA to have fun, going to an Ascent to hopefully do well, but you're not putting that pressure of a result on yourself. Open metas are fantastic. The bigger percentage of a player base will enjoy open metas. So I'm glad we are in an open meta right now.
So good for the game.
It's awesome. It's great for the game. Honestly, if you are not putting pressure on yourself, it has never been more fun to play GA. And we've said that in the previous podcast. But now that Niagara's coming a little bit closer and like starting to loom on us, and we're like, okay, we have to get serious and like expect it, because we want to go competitive, right? We're going to 2 Ascents back to back. One of them an overseas event. There's a lot of cash that we've spent to do this. We want to put those expectations on ourselves. So when all of that happens, it becomes very miserable to like genuinely. It's some of the least fun that we ever have playing GA. He has not enjoyed playing GA for like a week or 2 now. Like literally not a single game of GA has been fun for him. He'll go after our testing sessions or before testing sessions, before he's tilted, he'll build decks and have a ton of fun deck building, some meme decks, but some actually competitively viable decks. And you've said that it's been the most fun deck building you've had.
Yes.
But then playing is abysmal because we have that pressure on us. And that's something that I know I've said like 4 times, but I want to be like really clear about that. And so all of that is just to say that's kind of been our testing experience recently, is we've started to realize, if we put in 8-hour days every single day leading up to Niagara and Auckland, 100% we will play better. We will probably have a more refined list. That is no like doubt in my mind. But it is not going to get us as far as compared to other metas. And the amount of time that you spent in is such a diminished return as far as like, you know, because we might test against those 15 decks and be like, okay, well, these 5 are bad matchups, because like that's gonna happen, right? And then we might go to Niagara and guess what we play against rounds 1 through 5, and then just not even make day 2, right? And so like it's really hard as a really competitive player to like grind super hard right now.
You can do it.
You can do it, and it will. I am absolutely scared out of my mind to play against someone that has practiced every single day at Niagara. I would expect myself to lose. So we are putting ourselves at a disadvantage, not going as hard. But, you know, we want to focus more on content. We want to learn Rift Bond. We've been excited about the potential of a second game for a while, and Rift Bond's looking like a good second game to pick up. And also, I want to enjoy GA. I don't want to put this expectation on myself of top 80 Niagara and Auckland and like make it an abysmal 3 weeks of prep, because we've done that before. And it is like unsatisfying especially if you miss. If you like after doing that to yourself all that time and then missing, it feels awful. So you know, we've been back and forth since DTR has come out, since Post Worlds is a better way to say it. We've been back and forth on how hard we're trying competitively. You know, that is one of the reasons that Perfy and Garuthos split from the team, was because we know that there's going to be formats that we don't want to go as competitive. So we wanted to allow them to, I mean, they joined main deck, you know, like they're going to be on a competitive focused team. Whereas right now we're realizing, even though we're going to Niagara and Auckland, we're not going to go insane intense testing mode. Instead, we're going to prioritize content a little bit and some other things, you know, like building up the company so that Terry can quit his job and stuff, right? Like getting that second game support so we can do all that. And instead of like kind of just forcing ourselves to go through heavy testing when we don't want to. But you know, we approached Niagara and Auckland. The reason we bought Auckland tickets was because we were like, okay, this season we can go hard. You know, like let's test super crazy. Ended up being in a format that didn't work out for. But so we might do that in a future format for sure, right? And like
I mean, we're already going to London.
Yeah, we already booked London tickets, so we might do that.
Yeah.
Brand new set release, time spent into that equals better wins for sure. And Nat season, we keep saying, oh, we're going to go really hard in. Even if we find ourselves in a situation like this, I will put myself through that for Nat season because I want to do a good Nat season again. I want to go to Worlds and stuff, right? And so I'll go through that. But us three have just kind of decided it's not worth it to go crazy hard for Niagara and Auckland. So kind of just saying that to like give other pro players insight and also more casual players like insight on how we approach these seasons and stuff and like what our testing has looked like and like and usually that kind of discussion is like, oh well, this deck's doing blah 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 blah, but no, this time it's more of a like overarching like approach to testing and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, just
I mean, I think that's something that we've said a lot in past podcasts, and if you're new here or maybe it was only on Patreon so you haven't seen where we really talked about it a lot, is something that always comes back to the forefront when we're playing Grand Archive is this positive outlook of playing a deck you're comfortable with and just playing it and understanding your matchups, even if you can't be ready for every matchup, understanding your role in specific like
best
archetypes and like your lines. And so like even if you find yourself in a situation you've never been in, you'll still be able to hopefully solve the puzzle and get yourself out of it.
And that's why Fractals is genuinely a pick for me for Niagara. I'm going to have that built and tested a little bit and ready to go because I played a lot of Fractals. Like I'm so comfortable on that deck. And so I'm just like, could just bring it. And like, if people have main deck Safeguard Amulet, it's going to feel pretty rough. But, like there's a good chance that there's not much Fantasia removal, right? Like there's a good chance people are siding Safeguard if they're on it even at all. So it's like, a lot of decks, I might bring Water Seal, right? Like if Merlin doesn't look like it's like dominating the meta and stuff, right? Like a lot of decks are going to be just like a play where you're comfortable with. You're going to have bad matchups. I don't think there will be a deck at Niagara that doesn't have some bad matchup out there. It is too open of a meta to not have a bad matchup show up. Like Vanitas, for example, was a great pick for Boston, and Chess Club absolutely destroyed because they knew what decks were going to be there, and they had good matchups into all of them. But they said, water's pretty rough, right? And I played against Killidus and the Yeti online with my Water CL, destroyed him. I drew a lot of Cerulean Decrees, but like I have a lot of answers in that deck for it, right? Like I have multiple 4 health taunt intercept units, Cerulean Decrees, Songs of Frost, like Revitalizing Cleanse to buy myself more time, all that kind of stuff, right? Like there was so many answers in that deck. So like a very favorable matchup for me, I think. But that deck wasn't like water wasn't played in Boston. And so like they were able to like that's the point though, because Chess Club is built of competitive players. And so they played more than I think anyone else in that format because a lot of players were like kind of like burnt out after Worlds, like kind of needed to take a little bit of a break. And so I truly think that Chess Club just tested and deck built more than most players did, figured out this is the perspective meta. A lot of people knew what their perspective meta was, but they figured out this deck does really well into all of these. So I'm just going to bring it. But like playing Vanitas at Niagara, that's a dice roll.
Scary.
Because Water Seal is now a popular deck. Genbu's around,
and they said straight up like we can't beat Genbu. They completely gave up on that matchup.
Right. And so like that's the like really good like example though of like you can't just like play a deck that's going to beat everything because it's too open of a format, because Vanitas is going to lose to Water Seal and Genbu. But you know what beats Water Seal and Genbu? I don't know, but let's say there's a deck that beats Water Seal, and I couldn't think of one off the top of my head. But if like that deck exists, let's just call it Fire Aggro, just for argument's sake. If Fire Aggro beats both of those, cool. It doesn't
Suited.
mean
Actually, Suited has good matchups.
Suited does
into
have
both
good
of those.
matchups into both of those. So thank you. So like Suited, you can't just be like, oh well, Vanitas isn't a good pick because it loses to those two. But you know what beats those two? Suited. You can't just be like, well, Suited is a good pick because then you know what Suited loses to?
Lorraine.
Like
Crux,
Crux.
One of the most played decks.
Right. Like so like there is no deck because of how open the meta is that is going to just roll Niagara with no problems at all. That deck doesn't exist, not in this open of a format. And so like that is why it's just like it's not kind of worth that time to like sit here and deck build like crazy and try to figure out that hidden deck or whatever, right? And that isn't to say that some decks won't be like really strong at Niagara. Like I think like WinCL could have been really good at Niagara.
I think it's going to be more at that time in the meta for that specific event.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe Vanitas was the right call, and everybody decided to play Fire CL level 3 and level 3 Merlin decks that got rid of their defense, and now you have all this like level 3 again. They're not on Riles, they're not as fast, but now Vanny's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do the thing to you.
But it's gonna depend on your run at the event. It's gonna depend on your rounds 1 through 5. What did you see there? Did you start off the day well? Did you run into this like random stuff that like you didn't prep for and stuff like that? You know, so it's like, it's Niagara's gonna be interesting, and like I want to say all this, like, I'm not looking forward to Niagara or something, you know, like we're still excited to go to Niagara and Auckland. We're still excited with the meta and everything, but we're excited with all that because we're not killing ourselves, putting the expectations on us stuff. So like, like Boston, you know, like we talked about in the podcast, like we didn't spend much time. You casted, you weren't able to go last minute. I didn't test much for it. I was just trying to day 2 there. Yeah. And I got to day 2 with Jin. I was really happy with that. I lost all my day 2 rat matches. I kind of wish I won at least one of them. But you know, like that was the expectation I had of myself, was just to try to make day 2. And I made it and I was happy. You know, like frankly, my expectation for most of Sense has been a top 8 previously. And frankly, I have done that for most of the time, which has been awesome. But like we're just being more realistic right now. And I think that not many competitive players can go into Niagara being like, I'm gonna top 8, or that's my goal or whatever. I think a lot of competitive players will recognize some of the things that we've been saying here, and a lot of people's goals are just going to be to day 2 Niagara.
which will happen as the game also is growing too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's just a little more realistic. And we're getting more and more good players. Like we have Aki coming up, which means now we're bringing on like the entire Japan scene. Which we haven't really had a lot of yet.
Which again is such a bigger tournament size. It is harder, even if that match is more closed, it's harder for a competitive player to be like, I'm going to go top 8 Aki, because there's a lot more people that you have to fight against. There's a lot more people at that event. So even if it is a closed meta, still going to be a lot of people bringing Water Allen and WinCL, even when they're not in the meta, right? And so like there's a good chance that you play against those. Like not to relive one of your traumas, but ALC Ontario Ascent.
Oh gosh.
You know, Terry, like one of people were very unsure of what that meta would be. But what people did know was Merlin was still strong. And so there was more Merlin than I think people thought there would be at that point. But Merlin was one of the better decks in the format, and you brought Merlin. What'd you play against round 1? A Wind Merlin deck that had a bunch of techs for Fire Merlin and kind of did the Taylor thing against you. The Lee Taylor situation where they schooled you round 1 and then they lost every round after that, but it started you off on a bad foot, and then you just didn't and you missed, you know. And it's just like that kind of situation at Niagara, at Aki, is like really possible. And so it's just like it's hard to like go into these tournaments nowadays and be like, I'm gonna top 8, which it should be, you know, like it
shouldn't be the same.
Dude, the amount of times that I've topped 8 is a little ridiculous. Like someone pointed out my before Boston, because it was better before Boston because of how much I lost at Boston. But someone pointed out my win ratio in competitive like Ascent or higher events. It was like 80%.
It was 80%. Like to be fair, the next lowest was only 77. It wasn't like he's not like above like crazy. It's like Sean.
But that was my point. Was like when someone told me my Ascent or higher win ratio was 80%, I was like, am I a cheater? You know, like hearing that kind of win percentage, like if I heard that from someone else, another pro player in a different TCG, I'd be like, they probably cheat. That would literally just be my assumption, because it's really hard to hold that kind of win percentage. I do not cheat. And one thing that made me feel better was that Sean and these other notable players that are also known as some of the best players in Grand Archive have extremely comparable win percentages to me. So that kind of made me feel a little bit
after
better.
Boston, his went down.
And mine did go down after Boston, because like I said, I don't know if I even won a game in day 2. I know I lost all 4 matches, and I'm pretty sure most of them, if not all of them, were 2-0s. So that was pretty bad.
But there's been a good podcast. It's going a little longer,
it was a little bit longer, but I think like that kind of like rant that I just went on is like something that you don't get to hear about very often in any TCG. Competitive players usually keep a lot of stuff under wraps, and it was just good to share that. And
we'll be doing more of that kind of stuff.
Thank you guys for hanging out for this one. It was and also these are all available on Spotify and
YouTube
Amazon
podcast.
These are on podcast platforms now, so make sure to check them out.
What's the podcast called?
The Team True podcast.
There you go.
So search the Team True podcast. Maybe we'll link it below.
If you liked,
Yes, I meant to do that last time. I think.
Yeah, I'll send it the link.
if you liked today's podcast more than normal because of my little rant that I just went on, seriously go check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
It is paid, but I genuinely think that content is worth it. And
Or YouTube.
Or now our YouTube.
or
tier.
or YouTube membership. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't even have to go to another website. Just go become a member of the YouTube channel. We've literally given away multiple deck lists in the past about like stuff that we were going to bring to an Ascent back when we were more competitive, back when we were grinding eight plus hours a day and stuff. And we are still competitive. We are still testing. Like our decks are still like good and stuff. I literally accidentally created a great water seal deck, right? But yeah, we're going to have like more competitive content on there. And so like truly, I think that our Patreon is one of the best value out there in any TCG. Like we researched a lot of other competitive Patrons for other card games when we built ours, and we created it with the aspect of we want people to be more than happy with the money that they're spending and the content that they're getting. So our tiers are pretty cheap for the level of content that we give out.
I will say if it's any constellation or no any factor to show that our $20 tier is the best is that people often move. They start at like tier or level 1 or level 2, and they pretty much instantly go to level 3.
Well,
like and hold it there for like.
And we've literally had competitive teams join our Patreon.
We have multiple.
So before we joined with Main Deck joined our $20 Patreon because they wanted to go see that Water Arsana list. Because they were like, oh yeah, this deck's really good. Let's see what TCG has to say about it. And we genuinely talked about a ton of like tips, sideboards, like text, like all that. Like we gave away the whole farm, So like, there's really not many other. Even if you look at I don't think there's any in GA. Maybe Apex. They give away a little bit there because they also run like some content and stuff.
Metafy and things like that.
But outside, like in GA, there's like maybe one other one, and even outside of GA, like you'd be hard pressed to find one content creator in each game, even just one that is as good as us at the game, because most of the time content creators are doing content. They're not focused on competitive play as much. It's hard to find even one in every other game that is as good as us and actually sharing the level that we do, like on our Patreon and stuff. And sometimes it's not as much. Sometimes there's not spicy things to share. But I think if you're subscribed for a whole year on Patreon and you look back at what you got, it's unbelievable. I genuinely think that. I'm not just trying to like shill or like promote. Like genuinely think
if you subscribe to the Patreon for an entire year and you think it helped you get a store champ win or a regional top, it was worth your money.
Right.
There you go.
2 at an Ascent.
Yep.
It literally pays for the entire thing and some.
Yep.
So like it's definitely if you want to take your competitive,
and that's at the $20 tier.
At the $20 tier, right? $240 a month.
Or a year.
A year.
Oh man, if everyone was paying that money,
I wish they were.
we would.
I would have quit a long time.
Yeah,
I would have.
Hey, we do have CSR and CUR Patreon members, so shout out to those that genuinely do support us a lot. That's totally optional, but right now I'm just talking about value. And that's a great point, because if you paid $240 for the last year of Patreon, you would have got Water Arisana and Fractals during times that like. Genuinely, I think that would have helped you do better at an event. Just those alone, and then obviously there was a ton of other content throughout the
bunch of articles.
Yeah, a bunch of articles.
Student article, and recently was student article.
We did this one series that I really like that's called Let's Talk About It. That's like 5-minute videos, but it talks about like what you might be missing in a meta. And I think like a lot of people have really enjoyed that. Like genuinely, like so many people have talked about how something in our Patreon have helped them do better at an event. And so like, it's just
or even our gauntlet.
Yeah, I always give away our actual card for card, deck for deck gauntlet that we are testing for an event.
Yeah.
And so you know exactly what decks and lists that we are looking at and preparing for.
That's so incredibly helpful.
Yeah, I do that article every big event.
Like that is, sorry.
Yeah, no,
I could sit here and really like shill our Patreon.
No, for sure.
But it's like so genuine,
I mean, it's real. We give a lot out there.
Yeah.
And on top of all of that, we also... Okay, I'm doing a little shilling too, I guess.
Yeah.
We offer coaching that we do through our website, and I know that a lot of people that I work with have repeatedly said how happy they are with what they've gotten out of it. I helped them get to a certain level. It's really funny because Perfy probably shills me more than any other person, but he started this game with coaching with me. That's how he learned how to play this game. And he always jokes about that and goes, that was like the best thing I did because I learned so much right out the gates. We only did 1 or 2 sessions, but we streamlined it. And I knew right out the gates that he was a really strong card player. So we focused on that level of coaching.
I mean, if you're trying to like dramatically increase the speed that you get better at the game, it's a great option. And like,
what? For a good price for some of the best players in the world.
I was gonna say, like again, if you compare to other games and stuff, our coaching is unreal deal. But it is a lot more expensive though. It's a definitely more expensive option, but
100%.
it is, again, just like the Patreon, going to be very, very worth it. Especially, it was funny because I'm going to talk about a coaching session real quick. I know this is a long podcast, but
it's all good.
I'm so like passionate right now. But so like I had a coaching session, new client, right? First session that they ever had with me. And we do a very small discount for the first session just to kind of like make it feel more worth, to see if people like the coaching and stuff. Anyways, so I do this session. We go through our full hour. And at the very end, he was like we hit like our hour, like our time was up. He's like, do you have like a second, or like, do you have to go right away? I was like, no, we can go over by a few minutes. No problem. What's up? And he shared with me, he was just like, hey, I just want to say like, this was a really, really good experience. I wanted to thank you for that. And like share that I just went and had golf coaching lessons yesterday for $100 an hour. And like barely felt like I learned anything. And then I paid you half of that or less because it was his first session, and got to learn from one of the best players in the world from this. And like I genuinely feel like I learned so much. And I was just like, thank you for sharing that. Like that's really nice because like, we have talked what?
Now I just want to put like a rating thing on our website for you guys, for people to like give you ratings, like how you guys did.
Dude, we're gonna get wrecked.
It's between the two of you to see who does better. On new coaching.
One.
But yeah, and I mean, for
I'll just
transparency,
make fake accounts and give Gaben one.
we've
No, it has to be from the people that are asking for coaching from you. It's not just random people.
No. These are random. I'll say that I did them all.
For transparency, I mean, we have talked about increasing our Patreon and our coaching prices before. It's been a discussion, especially because we are trying to do this full time, and so if we increase those prices, it does help us get there. But one of the things that, like, instead of increasing our Patreon price, because we didn't really want to, I want to make it. I don't ever want someone to complain about how expensive our Patreon is. People will, because people complain about everything, and like, I get it. $20 a month is expensive. Like that is a big expense to do every single month for something that's not necessary. But what you get out of it is worth it, and it makes me feel like it's not expensive, right? And so instead of increasing our Patreon tiers from 5, 10, 20 to like 10, 20, 30 or 40 or something like that, we made the CSR and CUR tiers, and we said, hey, maybe there's some members out there that will help us support the Patreon and stuff and not get that much more. Like compare, like when you compare the two, the $20 Patreon, the value you get out of it is like, you can't even put it on a graph how much better it is than the $100 $300 Patreon. Literally the difference between our $100 and $300 Patreon, and we put it on there, it's not like we're like robbing them, is just more support. Like there's literally no difference outside of them other than, I guess, a GCR symbol in our Discord.
But there is, I've been talking a lot about adding more things to this for especially the $100 tier. For that jump that obviously the 300 tier would get. The 300 tier is just added.
I thought I was just doing like a $50 tier that we do something else.
Yeah, there could be that as well. I think pushing, like Patreons in competitive worlds, and like, I'm going to talk about Play to Win for a second, because they are the biggest CDH Patreon out there, and they turn this into their full-time jobs. They left their jobs, they do it, and their biggest tier, by far the most that is used, is their $100 tier. And that tier has more people than anybody else on their Patreon, and that is what has made it possible, and they give good stuff for joining that. But most people are just there to support because they want them to put out more CDH content, right? So as this game grows, as we continue to grow and we do this more full time, hopefully I start adding even more and able to put more time into the content, I think there is more and there's more things. So definitely stay tuned.
Oh, for sure.
Because even where we're at now, this is not the end.
Yeah, because like I've looked into this a lot, and like one of the things that people do for patrons is like once they hit like that $75 or $100 tier, they'll give like an hour of coaching or something like that, like a session of coaching, or like you can like get like decks edited and stuff by us and stuff. Because like
I could do that for the $100 tier.
deck doctor.
One that I really wanted.
I can do that for someone.
I wanted to do a call once a month that all the people could jump on and talk about stuff that we're thinking. Like when we do when we sit down and like start to be like, okay, what deck techs do we want to do next month? What kind of content do we want to do next month? It'd be really cool to add that to the $100 plus tiers where we do like a little town hall meeting where everybody jumps in and like we're talking about the things we're thinking about, and maybe we get some insight from these people. Which would be really, really cool.
We could try. I could try that, honestly.
And you get like even more like one-on-one. It's not one-on-one because it'd be a group call, but like that one-on-one feeling of like asking questions about the meta and stuff like that too, and like getting like direct responses and all that kind of stuff.
We do a Q&A for an hour where we talk about what we're doing and we answer questions and talk about the meta.
Just like daily.
Every single day. But anyway,
that's value.
There's a lot.
There's a lot coming your way.
Be added.
So stay tuned. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I know this was a longer one, but this podcast was great. We talked about a lot of really good stuff. So stay tuned with us. Why don't you walk us out, Isaac?
Yeah, we're excited to see what's going to happen. Stay tuned next week. If this is your first time here, subscribe because next week the podcast is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Don't miss that one. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.